Happy New Year and welcome back to Less Stress and More Success. This is being recorded as a podcast and also as a live stream. And just be with me as I progress through this. I haven't done a live stream for a very long time. And like I said, this is going to be streaming across multiple channels. So if there are any tech issues, if there are any challenges that come my way, just know that I am working through them, and this is my opportunity to smooth them all out. So if you are watching this live on these multiple channels, let me know that you're watching, and also let me know where you're watching from. And I can see all of your comments. And also, if you're experiencing any technical issues like sound or can't see me properly, whatever the case is, also just let me know in the comments so that I know. This is, like I said, my opportunity to work through some tech challenges and make sure that I can do some live streams every week going forward and bring you some great and valuable content. But I want to make sure that I use this session to really iron some of these things out. So, did you have a good holiday season? Did you take some time off? If you did, let me know in the comments. Thank you, Kaja, for letting me know. Sound and image perfect. You're amazing. Thanks for watching. And I hope that whatever you did, it was amazing and great. And I hope you had a fantastic opportunity to relax. I've just got back from a skiing holiday in the Alps with my family, and it was really relaxing. Thank you, Sean. Also, hello from Durban, South Africa. It was really relaxing for my skiing holiday, and sometimes sometimes we think that we've got to be doing something very chilled on the beach with a cocktail to relax. But I find that the most relaxing holiday for me is actually going skiing. I love it. And I think maybe it's physically intensive, but mentally it's extremely relaxing. But I digress. And I think that's absolutely another conversation that I could have about relaxation and rejuvenation. And we're definitely going to speak about that in an upcoming episode. Thank you, Tarusha, for letting me know you're watching on LinkedIn and no tech issues. Fabulous. So, of course, it is now January 2023. So this is a new year, and January is one of my favorite months for many reasons. So, firstly, because it's my birthday month. Happy birthday to me. And it's also the month where a lot of people speak about resolutions and goals and setting new habits for the new year. And it's probably because we think about this new year as a new start, starting afresh, having a clean slate, especially with the things that we've tried in the previous year. And now we want to give it another go in this year. And I'm always in favor of helping people to achieve their goals and to grow and to get better and to try again and to go after the things that they really desire. So one of the things that one of my friends asked me on the 1st of January was, what are your New Year's resolutions? And I'm sure you've seen many articles over the past few weeks about New Year's resolutions and why you should have resolutions and why you shouldn't have resolutions and what you should be doing instead if you shouldn't have resolutions and why resolutions don't work and why they do work. And there's so many things that they say, like, you're not committed enough or you haven't set clear enough resolutions and that's why they don't work. I also just recently ran a survey on LinkedIn, and it actually showed that about 70% of people do not have New Year's resolutions. And while, I'm not sure what that says necessarily, I do think that I was quite astounded by the number of people who do not have New Year's resolutions, or maybe even do not have goals going into the new year. Because I believe that everybody should have goals and we should always be working on something, whatever it is that you desire and that you want. We should be working on the habits that's going to allow you to get there. So I'm going to share my thoughts with you on this, and specifically around the cause of why resolutions and goals fail. Because if you've ever set resolutions and had goals in the past, or even had small habits that you wanted to change, or ways that you respond and react to situations that you wanted to change, this is going to be relevant to you. And the reason why resolutions and goals and new habits fail has nothing to do with January. It's also got nothing to do with the new year. Let's just clear that up first and foremost. Very often there's this, we've seen these articles about New Year's resolutions in January and why they don't work and why they fail. And it has nothing to do with January. It's got nothing to do with the new year. It just happens to be the time that a lot of people do look at setting new goals or recommitting to those goals. That's all. And whether you commit to goals in January or in February or in September, my guess is that those goals and the averages of success on those goals and new habits is going to be pretty much similar across the board. So it has nothing to do with January. It has nothing to do with the new year. And that's goals and resolutions fail. The reason why resolutions and goals and habits fail also has nothing to do with your intent or your commitment to it. I know from working with a lot of clients working through their goals that they are incredibly committed to what it is that they want to achieve. They are ready for it. And I'm guessing that that's exactly the same with you and with any goal that you have. Also, the reason why resolutions and goals and habits fail has nothing to do with your understanding of why you want to do it. A lot of people say, oh, you just don't understand why you want to do it. What is the reason for you doing it? And if you don't understand that, then you're not going to achieve your goal. But my guess is that people and you understand exactly why you want to achieve your goal. You know why. And you have a very clear understanding of why you want to achieve it. So those aren't the real reasons goals fail or resolutions fail. The real reason we don't achieve our resolutions is because we just focus on the actions that we need to take. And that's only one part of the formula. I have created the RAFT formula, which I'm going to share with you. And the RAFT formula is adapted from cognitive behavioral psychology. It's a model that's used in cognitive behavioral psychology where it shows how our thoughts and our feelings and our actions are all linked. And in cognitive behavioral psychology, they talk about thoughts, feelings, and actions and how they all play a part together. And in this formula, it actually brings in our results. Our results are, there we go. Kaija's telling me that this is a mirror image. And that, my friends, is not going to be helpful. So let's have a look and see if I can change that. There we go. How's that now, Kaija? Does that work? We've swapped it over so that we can see the writing in the correct, left to right and not backwards. Let's see if that works. Okay, so the RAFT formula brings in our results. It shows how our thoughts and feelings and actions actually create our results, because our results, as you know, are created by our actions. Whenever you take action on your goal, whatever that is, you will create that result. Whatever those actions are, if you consistently take those actions, you then create the results that you want. And our actions always come from how we feel. Whenever you are feeling a certain way, you will take a certain action. When you're feeling motivated, you're going to take more action towards your goal than, for instance, when you're feeling frustrated or irritable or annoyed or resentful, whatever the case is. And our feelings, whatever we feel, actually comes from what we think. All of our thoughts drive how we feel. And that is the formula. So whatever we think generates how we feel. Our feelings drive our actions, and our actions create our results. That is the formula. That is how it works. So when we think of our resolutions and our goals or anything we really want, what we need to be looking at more is these two parts, the feelings and thoughts. Whereas a lot of people stop here. They look at what it is that they want, the resolutions and the goals and the habits that they want to achieve. And they look at what it is that they need to be doing. What do I need to do? What's my to-do list? And they forget about the cause and what actually comes before all of that. And that is how we achieve our results, by understanding the cause, the most important parts, our feelings and our thoughts. And the underlying cause of everything, if we were to go right back to the beginning, is about what we think. What we think will create our results, because what we think drives how we feel. And how we feel will drive what we do. And what we do creates our results. Our thoughts are always the cause of achieving our goals and resolutions and habits. So, like I mentioned, the reason why resolutions fail are not because of anything else. It's not because of January or the fact that you're not committed or the fact that you don't understand why you want to do them. The fact that resolutions fail and habits fail is because you're only focusing on those two parts of the formula, instead of looking at the rest of it. So let me give you an example here. So I want you to think about a goal or resolution or habit that you want to get better at this year. And because I'm an executive coach, we're going to think of this in the context of work. So think about a goal that you have in the context of work right now. And if you're watching this live, you can share with me in the comments below, what is that goal or that habit or that resolution that you want to take this year? And what is that end result that you want to achieve? And this could be something like a revenue target or a people-based target if you're working in HR or head of an organization. Perhaps the end result could be that you wish to be promoted or get a salary increase. The clearer you are with the end results, the better. But even if you aren't 100% clear yet, even if you aren't, don't let that stop you from thinking about an end result that you want to achieve, because the more you start to work on that end result, the clearer it will become for you. So, for instance, if you want to just say that you want to feel more productive, that's your end result. You want to feel more productive, let that be your end result for now. Then you're going to think about all of the actions. What are the actions that you need to take in order to get to that specific goal, to that end result? And when you're working in your organization, it's likely that you are going to have other people who contribute to your end result or goal. But I want you to focus on, what are your actions? What are you in control of? And this, like I said, is where many people stop. They think about these things. You probably have this already in your head or written down as a to-do list or as a business plan or a project plan, whatever the case is. You probably already have this part. But then this is where the struggle comes in and where the pain comes in, because there are still two other parts to the formula that we haven't planned and we haven't thought about. And you have to plan how you want to feel in order to take those actions. And did you know that you could plan to feel a certain way? Oh, yes, you can. You can plan to feel a certain way. I work with a lot of clients, and I've done quite a few surveys on LinkedIn. And the most common feeling that comes up in a workday is frustration. I'm guessing you've felt frustrated before. Now, if you think about your goal, your end result that you want, and the actions that you need to take, if you felt frustrated most of the time, is it likely that you're going to achieve your goal? And is it, even likely that you're going to achieve it fast? Is it likely that you're going to achieve it easily? Is it likely that you're going to achieve it and actually enjoy the process? Probably not. So you have to plan what you want to feel in order to achieve your goal. And that may be different feelings based on different actions. And then what you need to do is you need to think about like I mentioned, What do you need to what do you need to think in order to feel those feelings? And I want to go back to feeling frustrated, because when you're feeling frustrated about your goal, it's likely that your brain is thinking, let's just think about what are some of those things that your brain is thinking when you're feeling frustrated about taking action towards your goal, or about people and their interaction with your goal. Maybe you're thinking things like, this is too hard, or if I take a day off from this, it's not going to matter. Maybe you're thinking it's not working, or I should be better at this by now. I should be further along by now. We should have done this faster. Maybe you're thinking they're not doing their job, so I can't do my job. Maybe you're thinking, I won't be able to do this forever. I'm not going to be able to keep up this pace forever. Maybe you're thinking, I've never been able to do this before. So maybe it's a goal that you've had in the past and you've tried it before and it hasn't worked. And maybe you're thinking, I've never been able to do this before, so I'm not going to be able to do it now. What's different now? You might also be thinking, I failed today. My productivity plan didn't go well today, so I may as well just give up. I'm not good at this. It's not working. I can't do this. And one of the other things, the thoughts that often comes up is, especially when you have your plan, the things that you've planned to do, the very tough, uncomfortable tasks that you sometimes need to do, and you think to yourself, oh, I can just do this tomorrow. It's okay. I'll just put this off for tomorrow or for next week. Share with me in the comments, what are some of the excuses that come up for you when you're working on your goal or your habit or your resolution? Those thoughts are the reasons people fail at their resolutions or goals or habits. That's it. It's the thoughts. It's the cause of why we don't get the results that we want. That's it. And if you work through all of those, then you'll be able to have the result that you want. So what we need to get better at are three things. Number one, acknowledging that it's our thoughts that cause our end results. As simple as that. And to remind yourself that whenever you're going after a specific goal or a habit or a resolution, that the thing that's stopping you from getting there is probably what you're thinking and feeling about it. And not to just focus on the actions. Number two, to identify the thoughts that you are currently having about your goal and perhaps aren't helping you feel the way that you need to feel in order to take action. Anytime you feel a very uncomfortable feeling that is something like frustration or anxiety or stress, it's likely, and it's not a good feeling, it's not creating great action from you, it's likely that it's coming from a thought that's not serving you or helping you. So there are sometimes these deep underlying thoughts that come from your past, from past experiences about who you think you are and what your strengths and capabilities are. And sometimes these thoughts are what we think are facts. We think they're facts. We think this is it. This is who we are. I'm a people pleaser, and therefore I'm always not going to be able to say no to somebody. I'm always going to have to say yes. But those are thoughts. They're not facts. And you get to look at them. And this is where coaching is so helpful, because it can bring those underlying thoughts up so that you can question every thought that might not be serving you towards your goal. And then, did you know that you get to choose new thoughts? Did you know you could do that? You can decide any thought that will help you feel better so that you can take the actions that you want to take and therefore create the results that you want and achieve your resolutions, your goals, and your habits. Choosing new thoughts is how you achieve goals and resolutions and habits. It's how you transform your life and your work. So my wish for you for 2023 is happy new thoughts. And Scott says some of the excuses that come up for him are there's other more important things to do, which are possibly distractions, for sure. That happens all the time. But we know deep down that they're not more important necessarily. Consciously, We know what it is that we want to be doing in order to achieve our goal. What are the things that we need to be doing, must be doing in order to achieve our goals and habits? We know this. We know what it is. And the only thing that's stopping us is the thought. And it's about, like I said, identifying. Number one, first identify what are those thoughts that you're having, and then choose the new thought. I also surveyed my LinkedIn followers last year, and the emotion that came up for them very often that they most want to feel is happy, which is why I say my wish for you is happy new thoughts. And whenever we're going after a goal or resolution or a habit, the reason why we do go after them is because we think they will make us happy. And that's why we want to feel happy. But the secret, based on the Raft formula, is that happiness is a feeling, right? If we can categorize it as such, it's a feeling. And what you know now is that it's just created from a thought, what you're thinking. So you can actually feel happy right now just by choosing a thought that makes you feel happy. You can feel happy whenever you want. Quickly, just think about a happy memory that you've had with a loved one or something that you love doing. Think about something that makes you feel happy. Just think about it in your brain. And that's it. You can feel happy right now, immediately. That's exactly how it works. It's really easy. So the converse, when we're going after our resolutions and our goals and our new habits, the converse is true. We don't have to wait to achieve our goals or habits to feel happy. You can just decide thoughts that make you feel happy or make you feel good, right? Feel the feeling that you need to feel in order to take the action that you need to take to get to the results that you want. You can decide now just to feel happy, to feel good, to feel motivated, to feel determined, to feel clear, to feel whatever the feeling is. Now, this sounds really easy, right? And to be fair, it is actually easy, and it's a lot easier than using things like willpower and discipline. When we're grinding against reality, we're focusing on just the results and the actions. We're like, oh, the action that I need to take is that I have to follow everything on my plan today, and I have to do this really important task, but I just don't want to. I don't enjoy doing this task. And you've got to just grind, and you've got to grind your way through doing that task, and it feels hard, it feels uncomfortable, it feels tough, and you expend a lot of energy doing it that way because you're using that willpower. And instead, what we can be doing is just identifying the thoughts. Whenever you're thinking it's going to be hard, it's going to be uncomfortable, it's going to be something that I don't want to do, of course it's going to make it hard for you to do it. And instead, you can be thinking, I want to do this. This is going to help me. This is going to help me towards my goal. Yes, it is hard. Imagine your goal was to be productive, more productive. And that's actually an action. And you wanted to follow your calendar every day, but you were feeling frustrated because you were thinking that there were so many distractions. It would be torture. If you were thinking there are just so many distractions and I'm so frustrated, it is going to be hard. But what if you decided just to think intentionally, I can handle distractions, or I know how to handle distractions, or yes, there are distractions, I can handle them. So what? I'm going to do this task anyway. You would then feel calm, and you'd be able to make a lot faster decisions on what to do about distractions, follow the important parts of your calendar, and achieve your results of being productive in that day. The other parts to this formula is that, or the thing that I want to mention about this formula is that we do have thousands of thoughts every day. You may have noticed. If you're anything like me, there are thousands of thoughts every minute. And you may not be able to identify and change every single one of them. But that's actually not the point. We don't need to change every single one of them. What is helpful is to be able to identify the one or two thoughts that are stopping you from taking action to get the results that you want today. That's it. Just work on those one or two thoughts that are stopping you from doing the thing that you want to do or feeling what you want to feel. And there's a 3-question practice that I use every day. And it's something that I just remember. It's something really easy. It's based on the RAFT formula. When you know the RAFT formula, R-A-F-T, you can remember these 3 questions because it's just based on that. But it looks at specifically our feelings and our thoughts. So normally when things aren't going well, normally the first thing that we identify is that we don't feel good. Something doesn't feel right. And you'll notice that where you think, oh, I just feel uncomfortable, or I'm not feeling great today, whatever it is. So whenever I feel uneasy or frustrated or an uncomfortable feeling, I take a quick 5-minute break. Just step away, 5-minute break. And then I check in and I ask myself, what am I feeling? And it's that process of just identifying that feeling or emotion that you're experiencing that's just really helpful. Just that one question alone will be incredibly helpful. And then I ask, because I know thoughts come from feelings. Our feelings come from thoughts. So then I know if I ask myself, what am I feeling? I know that there is a thought behind that. So I say, what am I thinking that makes me feel this way? That makes me feel frustrated, that makes me feel uncomfortable, that makes me feel uneasy. And even if you can't identify a feeling, if it doesn't feel good, then that's clear enough. What am I thinking that makes me not feel good right now? And then I just question that thought. Whatever thought comes up for you, I question it. Is this thought serving me to help me achieve the actions that I want to take today to achieve my goal or my plan for today? And if it isn't, if it's not helping me feel good, then I let it go. Or I choose to think something else. I choose a happy new thought. And new thoughts could be anything like, of course it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. And luckily I can do hard things. Or something like, every day matters. I'm going to stick to my plan today. Or, of course this is working. Here's the evidence of why it's working. Or one of the ones that I often use is, I'm exactly where I need to be. This is exactly where I need to be right now. This is exactly how I'm supposed to be feeling. Even if that uncomfortable feeling doesn't go away, sometimes there are uncomfortable feelings that we have when we are, doing something for the first time, and like doing this live. And I have an uncomfortable feeling, some fear creeps up, some anxiety creeps up. I just tell myself, this is exactly what I'm supposed to be feeling right now. It's normal. It's normal to feel this when I'm taking this new type of action. Another version of that is, I'm on track. That is a great thought. I am on track. Another happy thought is, I'm fully in control of my results. When I think that thought, it makes me feel powerful because I know that I am fully in control of my results. When you realize this RAFT model, when you understand this and acknowledge this, you do realize that your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions are what create your results. And you are fully in control of those 3 things: thoughts, feelings, and actions. You get to choose, you get to decide. What are some of the ways that you can think about your goal or your habit or resolution? What are some of the happy new thoughts that you can tell yourself instead when you're working towards your goal? Let me know in the comments. And I also want to clear up that these aren't affirmations. These are very different to affirmations. Affirmations are just a list of positive thoughts. And you can for sure take them on board. But new thoughts are something that you can believe. They're something that you create in your mind that help you to move forward. They're not something that someone else has created. You have to believe them. You have to create them for yourself. You have to know that this is true for you too. They have to be truthful. They have to be believable for you to move forward. You have to be able to generate a new feeling from them in order to take the action that you need to take to create the results that you want. So when you're coming up with new thoughts, also think about, what is the feeling that I create from this new thought? And that is all you need to keep moving forward towards your resolutions, towards your goals, towards those habits. That is how you achieve them. When you focus on your thoughts and this process, it takes away the struggle that happens in your mind. It takes away that struggle of having willpower or having discipline or needing a lot of energy in order to take the action that you want to take, because now you're back in control and you're focusing on the real cause of your results. You're not focusing on all the other external distractions and things that are happening. So share with me in the comments, what questions do you have for me? And I'll stay on for a little bit just to answer some of those that come up. And in the meantime, if you've been watching and you want to know more about my executive coaching and speaking packages for you or your team, just DM me, or you can set up a complimentary consultation. There should be a link in the excerpt of this live stream. But let me know if you have any questions. I'll just stay on for 1 or 2 more minutes and we can discuss those. Let's see, anybody? I'm going to put some information here. Like I said, if you need any information about executive coaching and speaking packages for you or your organization, just DM me or send me an email. No questions for now? That's not a problem. If there are questions on the comments of this live stream, then I will be sure, if you're watching this maybe on a replay, not a problem, I will be sure to go and answer your questions. So feel free to leave them there for me. I hope you have an amazing 2023. My wish is that everybody focused on happy new thoughts. That's it. If you just focused on this one thing, just there, thoughts, what's in your mind, your whole reality will change. Your whole experience of your life will change, and your results will change because of that. And there'll be a lot more ease and a lot less frustration, a lot less stress, and a lot more fun when you're enjoying your journey, when you're thinking happy new thoughts. Have an amazing day and week, everyone, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.